Hey guys, so we're going to do a reading today. I know there's a lot going on in the collective and everything. It's time to get serious. If you guys have seen a little bit of my content, I've been kind of playing around. That's kind of the other side of everybody's got to deal with the physical world and just been playing around with some content. So that's why I put some call center fun, just showing I have a sense of humor. It's my dark Capricorn sense of humor. And so that's why I've been putting things. And then I know YouTube is encouraging creators to play around with shorts, and I just, trying to. But if I'm going to do that, I have to get those in a minute. They don't allow like TikTok to go to 3 minutes, and I think you could go to 10. I've never been able to find the option to do a 10-minute TikTok. At least I don't know it, and I don't think that anybody would sit through it personally. So I don't really worry about that. That's what YouTube is for. Let's put it that way. If you're going to go beyond that. But yeah, we're gonna look at some things here. I know that, but yeah, that's why if you've seen that, don't worry, I'm staying on these topics, and of course, missing person, but just threw them up there just to kind of have them saved up there. Okay. And so anyway, but we're going to talk about some serious things. I know a lot of people are concerned. I'm going to go ahead and sit with it, kind of, what's going on with the war in, like Russia, Ukraine. We're going to look at that. I know some people are kind of getting very nervous on edge. I'm not going to lie. I am too a little bit. But let me put it this way, at the same time. I'm aware of things that are going on, but even the U.S. here, I am very concerned there, but I'm also very concerned with the U.S. here with certain things. Now, you always want to pay attention if you're especially a spiritualist, but really anybody, even if you're, say you're still kind of learning, whatever, be very, attentive to certain things. For example, the things that are going on with the women in Iran. I don't think that can't be the U.S. one day, guys. Okay? Don't think that can't be the U.S. There was a time, and I know some of you may be younger, but those who are around my age, if you're in your 50s especially, you may remember as a child Jimmy Carter being in office, and I love Jimmy Carter. I always felt he was a good man. I even remember, you know how little kids are, but I think, was I in first grade? I don't know, somewhere, but us little kids on the playground, and we were, talking about who should win, president, and I was like, Carter, and I think it was Ford, and others were going Ford. My parents were Republican. So they didn't want to vote for Carter, but I told them that Carter should be the president, and he won. So, hey, I did my first presidential prediction then. Okay, so he won. He was a good man, but he was not the greatest president. In the sense that, not that he was a bad guy or anything like that, but he made some bad moves. Okay, he made some bad moves. But yeah, if I kind of look, yeah, I did predict the president a long time ago. But anyway, it could have, hey, I was a kid. It was probably, I was just I felt he was the nicer one. And so, how kids can feel, if someone's a good person or not. They're actually better about it than adults. Really, they are. They are. So anyway, but he made some bad moves. His interactions with the then Shah of Iran. There was a period where the people of Iran, there was freedom there, but there were some, those, and see, this is why you need to pay attention, folks. There were some more fundamentalist people who didn't like, they felt, it was getting way too Americanized, and just like there are Christian nationalists. Oh, we're just getting, too liberal, and we're going to go socialist, right? Okay, just kind of look at it. Okay, there were just kind of think of that. Those that maybe are a little more conservative, you could say fundamentalist. Seeing women, and on the beaches in bathing suits, and it was a different time. But the Shah was crooked. Yes, and he hurt a lot of people, and that is a true thing. He's a bad guy, got overthrown. Here comes the Ayatollah. There was a whole thing with hostages, U.S. hostages, and that's where a lot of people got mad at Carter. They didn't feel that he handled that appropriately, and even those Iran, they held on to those hostages until he went out of office, and then when Reagan got in office, they released the hostages just on purpose, because they weren't going to give him a win to have those hostages back. There's a whole history if anybody wants to research. I don't want to recap it. The only reason I'm bringing it up is there was still, though, even before that Shah got in, there was some more freedom in there. Women, hijab was optional. Just like here, if somebody wants to be a conservative Christian and all that good stuff, sure, you do you. But there is freedom here. With things like that. I'm not saying it was exactly like the U.S. No, it probably wasn't. But their culture was different. Like I said, women could be on the beach. They could be in bathing suits, sunbathing. It was a completely different time. So what I say, as you see these things, you, especially if you're a woman, but no, even men, okay, because would you really want to live in a culture like that? If you're looking at that, oh, that would be terrible. And I just want to say, and I'm not saying it's going to happen. I don't know yet. I mean, I'm still feeling it out. I'm still reading. But it's kind of a thing that, if you've been watching the TikToks of, young girls that are coming, because you need to understand that some of those young girls that somehow were able to get that internet connection and get that video are probably not alive anymore. Okay, I'm telling you, I know you don't want to believe it, but they're probably not. Okay, but anyway, because what they're doing over there, they're unaliving tons in the streets, okay, all over. There's all kinds of things, and it's not just and I know there's even some young girls that are cutting their hair, and they're trying that in America, and there's a whole thing there. But what I'm saying, let's just say this, let's not, they're being trendy about it. It's certainly not. I do believe there are young people who really do feel for them, but you need to understand, okay, that can happen in the U.S. And I know there are people who say, oh no, it can, because if the Christian nationalists came in and did all this stuff, there's I don't know if I put it in save, but I'm not going to worry about playing at the moment, but they're basically considered half a person, women are. And it's basically sanctioned abuse and murder of women. I mean, there's, it's horrible. There is no rights there and everything, but it's sanctioned. The things that they can do that to women is unbelievable. And do not think that could not happen here if we, religion, became, Christian nationalism was able to be, the ruling, say religion and laws and everything. And if you got to be, careful. They're bleeding in. There's been plans for decades and decades to incorporate it. And, and I know they're always trying to twist, oh no, the founding fathers are, no, they weren't. If anybody does any, history, look, okay, they were pretty much deists, was pretty much their thing. And they wanted separation of church and state. This was the thing, just like we have that Church of England and all that, they want to do away with that. Now I know still coming over here, it's, there's a whole lot we could unpack about the Native Americans. Don't, I can't get into all that. We got reads to do. Okay. I just wanted to get that out there that, as you perception, as you're seeing what is happening over there, do not think that things like that cannot happen here. Okay. Do not think that if you're a woman and you're voting, for anybody, any Christian nationalist, whatever state you're in, and I know my channel is, only so big and everything, but, so maybe you're not a subscriber and you happen to you're going to watch this video. Hey, I'm, if you want to be Christian and believe in Jesus, that's totally fine. And stuff. We're not the devil here, guys. We're not us, tarot readers or spiritualists, or people, when you see people that are kind of coming out of the church, it doesn't mean they're throwing the baby out with the bathwater. It doesn't mean they stop believing in Jesus, but they don't want to support, certain churches and things that are happening right now because they see the corruption within the church. Okay. They see it. And stop. And I want you to think about it. Let's just, even though it's not necessarily my thing, let's say if I'm talking to anybody that is Christian who is kind of, observing things going on. Let's just say this, say, okay, you got your devil, you got your Satan, right? Okay, why corrupt other people that say aren't Christian, right? Why bother, hey, they're not even on the path, right? You're going to aim at the church, right? You're going to aim at the church, you want to corrupt all that, right? Because if you can make that all sour and bad, right? Okay. So you got to understand the corruption is going on in the church right now, guys. I'm going to go ahead and read you an article, and you're going to find this shocking. And this is in Newsweek, and this is authenticated. I actually saw this on a TikTok. I'm telling you, I sometimes, I get a little more so from TikTok, and then I research, and I'll be like, oh, there's a lot of young people, and it's not just young people. There are people my age on there that are trying to get messages out to, so it's, but let me just say, you got to get the right algorithm to get to some decent content. So be careful what you like on there. And this is a real thing. Let me read this, and then we'll get to reads, and we're going to talk about the war and all that stuff. But I want to inform you guys. This is what, when I do videos, I hope, I wish I could get more and more, I maybe, kind of get more people to see my stuff one day, but that's okay. Who's meant to see it. I know I just go with the cues of spirit. And this is in Newsweek, and this is a real thing. I'm going to read it to you. I know you're going to find it hard to believe. Okay, so this is Newsweek, and the date, I know it's September. Hold on, let me find that date. Come on, Newsweek, give me a moment. There it is, 9/23, so September 23rd. Okay, and see, what you need to understand is over the last year or so, I mean, a little beyond that sporadically, but especially the last year, I have been keeping an eye on what's going on in churches all over the country, what pastors are saying, like YouTube, I will watch, pastors. I even follow some atheist channels because they will call them out and pull up stuff. And I was like, atheist? No, that's it. I know, and I know they probably think tarot is bullshit. That's okay. But they are still showing what people are saying in church. And I know you think, oh, those are radicals. Guys, you don't understand. It's not just a few, but really, okay, let's just say it was. Let's just say, for sake of argument, say if you're kind of, like I said, if you are a Christian that is kind of in here and you're kind of, listening to other stuff, just like I listen to other stuff on the other side, okay? Let's just say this. Say it's only 10% of Christians are extremists. Well, that's all it takes to take over. Okay, if you get them in a political power, that's all it takes. Okay? I really 5-10% get them, as long as you get them in strategic ways of, look at the Supreme Court. Is that a fine example? That's all it takes. Okay, I'm well aware that not everybody is hard. Just like when it comes to the case of abortion, I am well aware that there are still, Christians, normal people, with some kind of sanity, who do not want it completely across the board eliminated. They do want exceptions to save a mother's life. They do want exceptions for rape. They do want exceptions for children. That if any child, nope, they should not have to be forced to birth. I know there are those that have some kind of human, nature, common sense there that do want that. Okay, but what we're some of us that are saying, hey, but if there's too hard there's a whole lot of details in there, and that's what people are saying. Like, say there's some exceptions to save a mother's life. There is things there that the doctor's hands are tied. That how bad does it get? How close on the brink of death does this woman have to go before they can go in? Okay, so you see what I'm saying? Basically, so that's why a lot of us here, we're not trying to be bad guys, and we're not trying to say, oh, but that it needs to be it's medical care. Okay, and it needs to be in the hands of doctors and not government. You are all well aware that the people in government are not medical professionals, right? So as they do not have that knowledge, they should not be making laws. This should be put it in the hands of doctors. Okay, these doctors, they're not trying to be bad guys. They're not possessed by demons. They're trying to save lives. They took the Hippocratic Oath here. Okay, this is their job. It needs to be put in the hand of medical professionals, not the government. Okay, these 75-year-old men, they don't even know where the clitoris is. Okay, I mean, and you're gonna sit there and give them rule over, okay, a woman's body. Okay, they don't even understand, things about, like, say when they've talked about ectopic pregnancy, but it could still technically survive. I mean, you should hear these people when they're trying to talk. They don't understand, okay, the uterus, okay, the womb, and things. They are not medical professionals. So this is what a lot of us, people who are pro-choicers say. This is why it needs to go to doctors who went to school for 12 years, okay, who understand, medicine, and that they are the ones who need to be, mother and doctor, okay, and we need to stay out of their business. We need to stay there's privacy, and obviously, like HIPAA, there needs to be privacy between these people. Okay, but anyway, let me talk about. Okay, let me get to the article. I could bitch you all day about that. But this is nobody's trying to be a bad guy here. If you are pro-life, we're not trying to be bad guys here. But this is what we're saying. Government, like I said, 75-year-old men. Where's my clitoris? I bet they don't even know even after 75 years. Okay, so we don't need them, sitting there, and telling doctors who do know, who went to school for this, how to do their job. Okay, because women, and there are stories coming out, and they're trying to get those stories out to you guys, okay, about women that are suffering right now, and children and teenagers. This is happening right now because of these damn laws. I'm gonna turn on the air because one spirit's getting me, and I'm starting to get hot. Hold on one second. You guys don't have to do this. And then I'm gonna read you an article which may shock you. And like I said, if you are Christian, you need to hear this, especially you. And like I said, everybody better be voting during this midterms. I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my little thing. There's so much I could. Woo! Okay, we'll get to cards. Don't worry. I'll try not to preach too much, but yeah, it's good. We're gonna look at what's going on, what we need to prepare for, with what's going on with this war stuff. I know a lot of you concerned, but as I said, as there's always a reason for certain things going on. Okay, all this uprising with in Iran with the women, but it's not just women. There are men. There are still some that want this to stop too. Okay, it's not there have been men on TikTok too, but still there's some that are brainwashed. Okay, that want it this way. There's a reason for things happening. Okay, so as you see what's going on with the women, of Iran, and the young girls that are telling their stories. If you go to my page, I've got 2 or 3 videos up there of what what's been happening. You don't think it can't happen in the U.S. that we could have our young daughters out there one day, protesting because they they're killing them in the street. Okay, so this is a real thing, and this is why you need to pay attention to things that are being said in churches, done by churches. Okay, so this is an article in Newsweek on September 23rd. This really happened. Louisiana schoolgirls told to forgive rapists on field trip sparks outrage. Oh, I'm glad it did. This is a real thing that happened. And then when I read this, I want you to ask yourself why. What are they trying to prepare and inject into this country, into the minds of youth and others? Schoolgirls in Louisiana were allegedly told about forgiving the offender in rape cases as part of a controversial field trip to a local religious center. At least 2,100 students from high schools across Baton Rouge, 2,100, this is quite a few, attended what was promoted. Now, it was promoted. So this was trickery as a college and career fair. That's in quotes. On Tuesday. So this is back, in September 23rd, is when this article is posted in Newsweek. You can look at the city's Living Faith Christian Center. So whatever this whole thing is supposed to be a city, think of this, college and career fair held at a church. So this is what these young people, and they're getting bussed here in Louisiana. Okay, good old Bible Belt. Yep, let's go ahead and get the youth in there, get them some Jesus. Okay, the event was organized by 2911-11 Mentoring Families, a local Christian nonprofit run by Tremaine Sterling. However, according to Louisiana newspaper The Advocate, several parents later complained online about the program, with one saying her daughter felt duped, and they were, into attending an event where she was proselytized over and prayed over. So this is supposed to be a college and career fair. That's what they said. You'll put on by this little church, a little nonprofit thing. You know, somebody, oh, innocent, oh, it's a church. Oh, it's a, they're going to talk about college career fair. This should infuriate you. And like I said, if you are Christian hearing this, okay, if you support this stuff, you're insane. Brittany Bryant, a biology teacher at Woodland High with a child in the same school, complained about what she claimed were gender segregated talks for girls and boys. So they separated the boys and the girls, okay? On Facebook, she said the girls were addressed by 3 women who talked about rape and forgiving the offender, suicide, prayer leadership, and many more dark, controversial topics. We had females in the bathroom crying due to the topics of discussion. Think about this. So they're trying already to, you know, hey, if this happens to you, or maybe has, we want to forgive them. Why do you think they're doing this? Why? And there's certain things on suicide, probably, you know, probably tell them, oh, you go to hell, you're dealing with depression, you know, all kind of stuff. Bryant claimed her transgender child, who identifies as male, was initially blocked from leaving the girls' talk. She added, other students poured water on top of transgender students' heads without any repercussions from the adults present. So not only are they doing this with the girls, they're allowing others to basically assault the transgender student. Yes, gang up and assault them. If you and you know, for instance, you know, if you don't think pouring water is an assault, it is. If I go out, just so you know, it is assault. If I go out and say somebody's on the street and I pour water on someone's head, yes, that is considered assault, and I can go to jail. Yes, it is. I remember my brother-in-law, who is he's a police officer. He used to be a police officer in South Central LA. I remember him telling me, yes, even poking. So if I go like that and poke someone, believe it, or I know you would find this hard to believe. Yes, you can be charged for assault for that. That is putting your hands, or water is still on someone. That is assault. Okay? I want you guys to understand the law, legally, those things are assault. Okay, so just think of this. No repercussions. The adults didn't stop it. Matter of fact, they encouraged it. Now, also, in contrast, Bryant said the events for boys, no topics were discussed. With male students, so they didn't do all this trying to get in their head about stuff. Male students instead taking part in a push-up competition with money as prizes. So basically, what they were doing. Oops, I think I just went to something. Nope, never mind. Give me just close that. So they're encouraging them to basically be alpha males and be strong. And if you can do a whole lot of push-ups, we'll give you money. Yes, this really happened, and this is by a church, guys. And don't. I know you're gonna sit there. Oh, that's just extreme. No, it's not. Weird little things like this are happening all over. Okay. All right. So then Alexis Budyach, a Baton Rouge Magnet High School senior, this is a senior, also complained about the event on Facebook. She wrote, "Oh, God, sorry, I'm trying to hold on. It's doing weird stuff. Hold on. Let me get to her." Hold on, I'm trying to. Oh, it's freezing. Oh man, come on. Okay, yeah, also complained about the event. She wrote, the majority of students chose to attend this field trip on the promise of free food, and the opportunity to skip class. So they were, they have this thing, oh, you can skip class, okay, and it's allowed. However, the majority of students were not only disappointed by this event, but traumatized as well. So the boys didn't have any kind of thing about, of course there was no talk about respecting young girls or any kind. Nope, they had a push-up competition. Bonnie Kirch, the mother of a girl who attended, said her daughter didn't realize the event would be so religious. Okay, so they just kind of walked into the lion's den with this one. Remember, college and career fair at the school. Hey, you can skip class and go to this thing, right? It's all encouraged. Kirch said she felt she was duped into thinking that she was going for a college and career fair because that is the title. As she was proselytized over and prayed over, all that. Okay. And response to one online criticism, East Baton Rouge Parish School System released a statement describing the event as an elevation of a traditional college and career fair. Okay, so they added, we look forward to seeing what our over 2,100 student participants will continue to achieve with the resources of knowledge gained from this event. Speaking to the advocate Sterling from 2911 Mentoring Families, said the event was designed to give, as well they're saying, resources and tools to young people as they prepare for their next steps after high school. He continued, we've received countless messages in online and in person of support and appreciation for this event from attendees, and we are excited to continue offering this event in the future. Yep. Newsweek has contacted East Baton Rouge Parish Public Schools, the Living Faith Christian Center at 29. It's like a colon mentoring families for comment. Nope. In July, students at a West Virginia high school planned a walkout after learning they would be sent during school hours to an evangelical Christian or Bible assembly. So see, and this is something in West Virginia they're to say, see, there's trying to get some of these students to get them into church, and look what they're doing. Separately, a parent was slammed for letting their daughter take a Hellfire Club branded water bottle based on the Netflix series Stranger Things into a religious school. So they just had a Stranger Things cup, and they got, Hellfire. You know that from the Stranger Things. Ooh, that's the devil. Okay. Also, Newsweek has investigated the claim by former Republican House Speaker Newt Gingrich that Biden is giving $500,000 grants to spread atheism overseas. Fucking people. Okay, so anyway, as I say this article, okay, like I said, we're gonna get it. Don't worry, we're gonna get some stuff. The reason why I'm trying to give you guys this, and like I said, I've been trying to really look and research. I watch stuff, know what's going on with churches all over this country. And I know you may think that's extreme. Oh, that doesn't happen. I know you take your rose-colored glasses off if you don't understand. Because I'm telling you, there is so much going on that they are preaching in the churches. Why do you think they're doing that? Okay, so they separate the boys and the girls, and they throw some transgender over there too. And just like I said, they were dumping water on the transgender kid. But they've got the boys, let's push-ups. There was no proselytizing. They were encouraging them to do push-ups and give them money while they're doing all this weird shit to the girls to get them to forgive rate. Why do you think what are they trying to prepare and do to the youth? You need to be aware, awake and aware of what these churches are trying to do, that they're teaching people. Okay, they know they've been losing people over time and stuff like that, but if they can get in there and mess with their mind. Just like if you watch my video on about the divine feminine. If you watch that, I do have a video, and I do laugh about it because it's ridiculous. But seriously, though, there are those, pastors in churches, like there's a comment he makes about like women, how they have to be submissive and how they should cook and clean. They're really teaching this in church, but how some of them come in with this, like he says, the feminist mindset, and it needs to be kind of purged out, is how he puts it. Okay, what do you think? Brainwash, you mean? You mean brainwash? Okay, so be awake and aware. This is not just a few churches in this country that are trying to teach people some wacky things. Okay, there's a whole lot they're getting on fire about. Especially one, they're getting political, or they're not supposed to do that, or they could lose their nonprofit, tax-free stuff. But they are doing it anyway. They don't, they're just doing it anyway. There's a whole lot they're trying to get, certain things with women. They've always been messing with the women, but they're really trying to get them to even be more subservient and guilt them to doing it. But they're also trying to mess with the youth real bad, because they know that, a lot of young people are not buying into this bullshit. Okay, so, but like I said, when it comes to vote, we're about to vote. We are about to vote on some midterms here. And remember, don't just think only the president is important. Obviously, if you've been paying attention, your Congress and all that has a big thing. So it's real important to get some votes there. And so get out, vote. If work won't give you the day off, take the day off. If it's a few hours because they're trying to make it hard for you to put your ballot in, you make that drive. Okay, whatever you got to do, get the whole family, get a whole bunch of friends and family into it. Pack in one car to save on gas. Okay, whatever you got to do, but you have to get out there and vote, guys, because there is stuff like this. This is what they're trying. Because this, like I said, stuff that's going on with the women in Iran. Do not think that can't happen here. I do not think that. Okay, and if you are a woman, you especially. If you're voting, like if you're voting Republican and being a woman, you have lost your mind. Okay, you can't at this point. Now, let me just say real quick, and then we're gonna get to those damn cards. Okay, I can respect anybody, saying you got your Christian values, you got this. That's all well and good. Okay, it's and I know that people can look at the world and they see darkness, like, oh my God, the music, and oh my God, the TV, and they're just constantly, I understand. It's not perfect, and there's a lot of stuff, but we can't lose freedom. And the answer is not to go to that. The answer is not to go to that stuff. Or else, like I said, there'll be a future of your daughters and your granddaughters, in the street, standing up to the morality police. Okay, with various stuff themselves, and getting shot in the face. Okay, is that what you want? Because do not think that can't happen. We could go back Christian history. Things happened when they were burning women that weren't witches as witches. Okay, it wasn't that long ago. Okay, it wasn't that Salem witch trials weren't that long ago. Those women weren't witches. Okay, there's a whole lot to unpack. You gotta if you want to know your past, look into your present conditions. If you want to know your future, look into your present actions. Okay, that is something that is on my page. Okay, you pay attention. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, so one of the things we want to look at, I want you guys to understand that I know that is not a rare event. Have I got you? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and look what's going on. Obviously, a lot of people are concerned with what's going on. This is a super hard thing to really predict. I'm going to go ahead and relay cards. I kind of sat with it. Should I do it? But I know people, what I'm going to deal with. Anytime we're dealing with something like this, this is a big one. We're dealing with most likely outcome. I just want to say that. In a sense, spirit, you never know. I know they're always in charge no matter what. And they are. And that's why I say, even, we still got to vote. We still have a free will vote here, though. Okay, we still do the spirit can't, it's not gonna, but anyway, unless there's some cheating, okay, and stuff, if there's some crazy things, try to make it difficult, all that, we don't want that. Either way, though, spirit always has the upper hand, and I'm well aware. But there are some things going on there. Could certain things escalate? What do we need to kind of be aware of? Let's just see what Spirit has to say. I have no clue what I'm going to see. I'm being drawn to Baby Thoth here. Let's go ahead and lower it. Like I said, get out and vote. Do not play around with this. You know, you have to do it. And like I said, now I want you to kind of notice, always notice my bottom cards when I'm reading, guys. See that peace card? Okay, peace card. Now this is Two of Swords, which is also to make a choice and stuff. We would, of course, want the best choices made, but peace is the ultimate goal. Okay, so I want you to pay attention. When I'm shuffling, when I'm doing my thing, always pay attention to what's going on in the back, because I do. Okay, this is, Spirit wants this, and I know the majority of people in the world want this, except for the SOB over there, okay? Even the people, Russia, why do you think they're trying to get out? It's not just because they're recruiting the men. It's because they're scared, okay, that because of this unhinged dude, that something could happen where they start throwing the B word around, okay? You know, all that stuff. And so I don't want to say the N word because people might take me wrong. You know what I mean, okay? So this is the goal. This is really what Spirit wants, and I feel this is the majority of people on the planet want peace. But will we have it? Okay, let's cut the deck, and let's get to shuffling. Always, and strife, yep, the battle. The battle. Now, you see that Hierophant? Sometimes he can be my symbol of that religious nationalism. There are times he can be that religious guy, okay? So those two things that we're talking about today, always pay attention to what's going on. Okay, we got strife, we got the battle. Okay, which can be violent. It can be violent. This whole thing, you know, it's a pissing contest. You know, all this. But a big step is trying to annex areas of Ukraine. Okay, and people, you know, and we've got all this whole NATO thing, and everybody, and we're dealing with the unknown with the moon. Okay, I'll see if Spirit, you know, I don't know. Is it set in stone yet? I don't know. Can it be stopped? I don't know. That's why I'm going to sit here with you guys. But like I said, you need to be awake and aware. Okay? You know, I don't know. I know somebody, if you happen to be Christian, you go, oh, Jesus will come back and get me out of the way. Okay, look. You know, listen. And stuff. There's a whole lot I could talk about that too. Okay? I know there's a lot of people who are hopeful and excited. Oh, I'm going to be taken out of the way. You better do a little more research, because that whole rapture concept is something that is very new to Christianity. A little bit of wishful thinking, and hey, wishful thinking even on my light workers. When we talk about 3D Earth split into 5D Earth, okay, that's a little rapture thinking. Okay, no, we need to deal with this planet. It's not going to be that simple, guys. Though, you know, could there be, oh, there is hope, though. Light at the end of the tunnel, there is hope. But, you know, could there be portals opening? I mean, that would be great. But let's put it this way. No matter what, we need to live our life that we are here on this planet, and we got to live on it, and we got to contend with it. So whatever choices and decisions we make, we need to be doing it in a conscious manner, that there is no way out. Okay? There is no way out but through. Let's put it that way. That's the way we need to operate. Could there be some, oh, Spirit gets us out of the way, hey, that'd be great. But we need to operate that there is no way out but through. Okay? That's why you better vote. And you need to be paying attention to these women, you know, in Iran that are making these videos, because that could be your future. Okay? This is your wake-up call. Getting down to the wire that you got to stop sleeping. You got to stop sleeping and thinking everything is okay. Now, you know, I don't want to keep, you know, there are still times, like I said, I always encourage you, you do still have to unplug from all this too. Okay, you know, for your sanity, have that deep prayer. I know a lot of people expecting the worst. You know, the cruelty of that world. But still, you know, sometimes you got to do that and just go out, maybe take a walk along a river. But we still have to know what's going on in the world, the universe, right? All right, let's pull it. Let's see what Spirit has to say. What's going on? What do we have to, we got to be prepared for here. Okay. Okay, so the very first card is the Empress. Now, when I kind of look at that energy, you know, Spirit is, you know, I know we're looking at Russia, but I just did a big talk. Okay, women, goddess energy. and stuff. There's definitely, I feel like Spirit's trying to say that, I'm speaking to, there's about 90 some odd percent women, on this channel, in the group. Women. Okay, we yeah, stepping into power and things like that, and not, just letting power be slipped out of our hands. We're going to have to step up a little into warrior energy here. Okay, there's a thing there. But there's also a lot more, even if I just take the woman energy out of the Empress and just look at just the energy of it as having compassion and love for humanity. This is Venus. Okay, that Spirit's like, just if I just set that to the side, the whole women issue, being loving and compassion, this is the main message, really. Spirit has been trying to get out all along to everybody. Stop. I feel like they're saying stop, abusing each other, and all this. Spirit wants more love and compassion. Be like the Empress, I guess they're saying. Be like the Empress. But yes, women concern, issues and stuff. There's a whole lot there. Okay, but let's, we're focused Russia, but really we're looking at a lot of world things. I'm just going to let Spirit say what they want to say. Let's put it that way. Okay, because they're kind of talking about that. And now we've got the crossing card is the Magician. Okay, that can be about manifestation, but it also could be about the desire, the will, kind of, speaking things into existence. Absolutely. Stepping into power. This is also Mercury and mind. So one of the things definitely working, everybody kind of prayers, manifestation, all that. And also just kind of what you say and put out there, the power of it, the power of the word. There's a lot, even with the Magician, meaning the power of the word and stuff. In the beginning, there was a word. That is all connected to this here. But we definitely want to be working on, prayers, manifestation, all that good stuff to go in a positive direction. Absolutely. But we're up against some heavy stuff here. But yes, desire. Everybody's got their own desire and what they want, it's crazy. So let's kind of go ahead and look, see what Spirit has to say. Come on. And stop. Okay. Oh, no, we're good. So we got the Seven of Wands and everything. So we know the offense. That can be the card of going into the offense. That's, we got to be prepared for that. That's probably Putin's move here. His whole move has been offense, not defense. I will tell you that. He may say, oh, I got to defend this and all that. He's totally been in offense mode the whole time. Except there was no reason to do all this other than I want that. He's resurrecting. Obviously, I've had that resurrection card, that Eon. He wants to resurrect the old USSR. So you notice a lot of people want to bring old things, resurrect old things, do all this, keep old things. A lot of that crap going on. Okay, so a lot of it, be prepared. We're probably going to go into offense, right? So we've got that Ten of Cups and everything. Now this can be about, family and happiness and joy and all that stuff. He got a little something against it. Okay, except I really kind of think sometimes if I just step back, that Ten of Cups can be that American dream, kind of energy, and definitely he wants to be in a thing. He obviously doesn't like the U.S. and America, and a lot of us, we can be we're very concerned with our families, and hey, that comes first. Do not get me wrong, but we definitely got to protect ourselves at our homes. And everything like that. So let's, but he definitely does not want America to enjoy some kind of freedom American dream here. Okay, let's kind of go ahead and see. But okay, this is a big thing. Is the defeat card. So this is what I feel. The good news is I feel overall he's feeling a defeat right now. I will say that. I'm hoping that sticks, but still there's how do I put it? Okay, so as he kind of went into, let me pull up and kind of say this, because I've definitely kind of felt this. As he kind of went in and started going this Ukraine, I think we're wise enough to know, if anybody's been following this, that he thought it was going to be a lot easier than it was. Okay, I'm not saying obviously he had to play around strategy like a chess master here. He may have thought he was a chess master, but Ukraine and Zelensky has really given him a real hard time about accomplishing what he wants to. It is not gone as easy as he thought. So pretty much at the moment, it's a defeat so far. But he keeps, even though he's got that defeat, he still is keeping going. He's still keeping going. Okay? And he's trying to, he's trying not to show that his hand. He's holding a losing hand here. Overall, in the end, he can't really accomplish what he wants here. Okay, this is my concern though, as he knows pretty much, he's pretty defeated here, and stuff like that. Even though he still keeps trying to go on the offense, my concern, is that he's going to step up to another level that we don't want. Okay, because he knows he's pretty much defeated at the moment, and to take it to another level to try to get some kind of victory. It's like, even though he's last, he's still his ego just can't accept defeat. He can't accept defeat, hence the defeat card. He is defeated, he can't accept defeat. So where do we go from here? That's my concern, and everyone else's. Okay. But the defeat is there. Okay, so let's kind of see what can we... This is about the 3-month area right here. Okay. Princess of Wands, that can also point me to the, Sagittarius energy and stuff. So it might be, but, it still things could escalate sooner. And I've also got the Two of Cups there. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Let me just keep going here. Okay, that would be great, but I'm not done yet, though. Definitely, I've got the Truce card here. I know a lot of you guys are really hoping that we can get there. Okay, I know he he doesn't want to do that and stuff. Ultimately, I know, the forces that be surrounding are going to try to push for this. Just have a truce, stop, walk away here. And stuff. And then we've also got the sun, definitely a lot of light coming into consciousness, but also I also think of that light is spirit. I definitely feel spirit really being involved. There a lot of energy is really trying to get him to take a truce, which I know he's like I said, he really doesn't want to do it. He's, like I said, so far defeat here. This is a little concerning here is this love card, this Two of Cups. The reason why. This could be, the princess is making me feel Sagittarius energy. Okay, because of the fire. But that love card can be a one-to-one connection. Friendly. Think of it, allies. Okay, could he connect with someone a little bit bigger? Okay, like China, like something like that. This makes me feel he's some kind of ally connection he may try to strengthen with. But at the same time, though, it doesn't mean we'll be able to. Maybe. But the thing is that, how do I put this? Hold on. My thought just escaped me. Hold on, Spirit. Help me. I feel he may try to connect with them. But it doesn't mean he will be able to. This just because, of this. But I definitely working out some kind of thing here. This is not the Lovers card where they actually shake hands. Okay? But just trying to get with allies and things like that. Okay, so let's kind of go ahead and look what do we get at the crown. But everything energy, I definitely feel spirit energy is pushing and trying. The forces that be, the forces of the light here, are trying to get a truce. Okay? It's that. Which I know you can say the spirit can force what they want. Yes, but we're also dealing with a free will universe, guys. Okay? So we've got that strength card. Now that's the defense card. Remember, offense, defense. This strength card is the minor arcana. This isn't this in thought that's different, okay? And that's what I always look at if I'm dealing with something like this. Offense, if anybody has taken my tarot class, Seven of Wands is offense, and that's definitely Putin. He's been in the offense the whole time. And of course, Ukraine is about defense. But it's not just Ukraine. There are those that are going to, probably going to have to go into defense mode, especially if, and I feel he's wise enough to know, if he starts throwing something here, that's when a whole lot's going to step in. Okay, it's still, it's not set in stone yet, not yet. I'm going to deal with most likelies here. Okay, like I said, Spirit is pushing energetically hard with everything to get a truce. This is, like I said, but we're in a free will universe, right? And stuff, but Spirit still is very good at what they want to do, right? When they're ultimately playing in the chess game, and this is what they want, truce. Okay, So let's kind of look at some things here. So that's in some 3-month energy. So, but that Sagittarius, there's going to be during, which is going to be about the end of November and then December, some is possibly an alliance, we're going to look at. Let's kind of see what else is coming. Okay, so we've got the 3 of Cups energy. It could be a reason to celebrate, but also I look at holiday season. We've got that Christmas, kind of area and stuff that making me feel, got Thanksgiving, Christmas, still kind of pointing. This is going to be a pivotal time here, okay, with what's going on and stuff. That's what that's telling me. So let's kind of look at. Let's go ahead and focus on. I would like to focus on the P word, feelings, attitude, emotions. We kind of where he's at. Disappointment. He's disappointed, of course, with the way things have gone. Okay, except there are certain things and the losses. He's definitely behind closed doors mourning a loss. That could be the widower card. He feels like a failure and kind of things like that. But he's not 100% finished. He's looking for a silver lining and a way out. Hence the 5 of Cups. Okay, another way. Remember, the 2 of Cups stands behind the widower. Okay, in the tarot, and I got a 2 of Cups things, which could be what if an ally comes in that's significant. I know he's talking. He's in talks. Trust me, with probably the C word. Okay, which I think I'm trying to be careful here. I don't even know if I can monetize this video, but we got that Chariot thing. That makes me feel. The Chariot is victory. This is what he wants, victory. I'm not saying he's getting it here, but what I'm saying, he's all about going forward. He's not ready to pull back. This Chariot energy is about going forward. Okay? He wants that victory. We'll pull one more in his position. So then we've got the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords, several things there. One, that energy can be diplomatic in something, but I want you to think, what do we call that sometimes? Mother Russia, right? Okay? We got that head that is in the Queen's hand. You see that head? Okay? So they still, while can be diplomatic, except wants to take the head, and stuff. So this obviously, what would be his thing here? Okay, whose head does he want to take? Obviously the Z word, right? Okay, Zelensky. Okay, he's kind of feeling this is a strategy, and I believe there might be even something in the news here. So and I don't like to predict. I'm just saying he's going to really try to aim in that. Of course he's always been, but he really wants to get the head of that one. Okay? Now, let's kind of go ahead and look at what's the environment. So this is going to be the other forces. The other forces trying to stop him, which could be the U.S. and also NATO and all that stuff. What do we got here? Okay, so we got the Princess of Swords. I feel they're in communication, trying to communicate with him. I don't know how successful, but they're definitely also getting communication out there in the public. They're saying, hey, we're not going to just stand down and allow you to, okay. But I've also got the Wheel of Fortune. It looks like they've got fortune on their side. That it could be a positive. But also that is Jupiter's card, which is about expanding. Let me talk about that. Jupiter is about expansion as well. Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter, expansion. So it looks like what it thinks is expanding. More alliances, more alliances. Okay, so I feel more other people possibly going into NATO, expanding their forces to be. Because the bigger they get, okay, the more on board, they get the forces. Yes, it's going to be a lot harder to win, right? Okay, so look for expansion. But also Wheel of Fortune is still positive. They've still got a pretty good force there. But we've got the Ace of Cups. I really feel a lot of that, the Ace of Cups energy, that can be very positive as far as the pouring of spirit. That I feel really, these alliances, the spirit is involved, and trying, to help this, to stop this. I really feel when I look at Spirit's will and everything, this is a good thing that I'm kind of relieved to get this message out, that Spirit is kind of saying it's not the time for all this to happen. Okay, as far as the world, the Spirit's like they're doing everything to stop that, and Spirit can stop it if they want. Just saying, but I feel like definitely being supported the divine to get that truce. They're going to really push it. So far the way I feel and stuff, this, defeat and everything, I just don't see how he could win this. If I was looking at, I'm I just, okay, so we've got that. Okay, hopes and fears, Queen of Cups. Let me sit with that. Okay, the outcome. Okay, good. I'll show you the outcome in a second. Maybe some of you can see it in the corner. That is the happiness card to get the wish. Okay, so that's good. So let's kind of see what we've got here. This is what I've got. I've actually got, believe it or not, I'm not going to say there's not going to be casualties. I'm not going to say it's not going to get rough. But I do feel this is one thing I could say that Spirit seems to be relaying. This is not the end. Okay, I will say that. So if people are like, oh my God, as far as it going there, this is not. Okay, this is the happiness card. Knight of Cups to get the wish. I feel a lot of spirit involvement that, of course, like I said, it's a free will universe, but still, as Spirit has a plan with certain things, which I know a lot of people claim they know what Spirit's plan is, and I'm not always going to say I know exactly 100%, but I definitely know they want us to get our shit together, okay, and love each other, okay. Like I said, that Empress, really, there's so many ways I can look at that and unpack that, but, be loving and compassionate to each other. I feel like that's what things, Spirit's like, you know what, I've given so many chances, but please start being loving and compassionate to each other, be kind to your women, so there are so many things I could say there. But I have a lot, like the light. Remember, I always tell you guys, if you follow me, no matter what you see, always remember, the light always wins. Okay? Except also with that Ace of Cups, which is pure spirit, being especially behind those that are trying to stop this. All this expansion coming together to prevent something to go totally crazy. Okay? The happiness, Nine of Cups to get our wish. And stuff like that. As far as, because the majority of people obviously do not want that to happen, okay, and stuff, so it should be stopped. How it all is going to go all down and this and that, it all remains to be seen. I just can only, I only know a little bit of what the messages I've got here and stuff, but the good thing, I don't have any end of the world here. Okay, that's good. Spirit's trying to give us time and is involved and is gonna, get those forces, and everything expanded. Now, it doesn't mean, I don't know, is he gonna throw something over it, Ukraine? That, so far, at least it's not showing in my read, okay, at least at the moment. But overall, is he gonna be able to accomplish what he wants? Doesn't look like it. Okay, that's the good thing. So far, doesn't look like it. I know he wants to get. Now I'm hoping, Zelensky will be okay. But it is a little concerning. I know what he wants. Okay, see the head, the Queen holding that head. Of course, he freaking hates that dude. Okay, but hopefully he'll be okay. So far he's been protected, but that I don't know. That I don't know. I don't normally like to predict things like that and stuff, but it is a little concerning to see the Queen holding that head. Okay, just saying and stuff. Could so I feel him trying to maybe ally, but one of the things I kind of feel that the P word may just be kind of kicked to the curb and a little bit left on his own here, especially the bigger this NATO I feel is going to just expand pretty strong, that people will not want to mess with it. Okay. And I definitely feel a lot of divine coming in here and stuff. So far, I hope this is real. Okay, of course, because I don't want to see everything go to crapola. But I still have, no matter what I see though, I have pretty much felt, for the most part, that we have a little more time, and stuff. I guess because I still feel we got to go through this whole process in America, okay, about who we get to elect. Okay, how is it going to go? There's other things that still need to come past here. But like I said, and let me just, I know I said just a wee bit of it. If you happen to be a Christian, or say you are a light worker, like I said, some Christians believe in the rapture, and some of my light worker friends believe in this 3D splitting to 5D, and some people like, oh, if I'm a good person, I'll be taken out of the way. I don't have to worry about it. If it gets real bad, then I'll be okay. Sometimes the only way out is through. So I know people have had some wishful thinking theories, Okay, but like I said, even this rapture is a new theory. There are a lot of Christians who actually either highly doubt it or are not sure, or those that are like, nope, that's never been what was said. Okay. And then even the 3D to 5D Earth, some light workers I know can be very hopeful. I do 100% believe there is a new Earth coming. Okay, that we'll like the age of Aquarius, pouring the spirit onto the earth. Absolutely, though I probably won't live to see that lifetime. Just my own astrology calculations. Everybody, as far as the precession of the equinoxes, has a different view of when the age of Aquarius is. Some people believe it's here now. No, it's not. No, it's I promise you it's not. But anyway, but overall, just what I'm kind of saying is, don't get all hopeful that you won't be here for some bad stuff, okay? And everything. Don't live your life like that. We got to take care of this planet here and now and focus on it and things. So a lot of this, I feel we're going to be okay for the most part. I mean, it doesn't mean it ain't going to get bad. It'll be some ugly stuff, but I'm just saying as far as the end, as much and going into that. As a matter of fact, as I kind of look here, there is a 3 card, but only a celebration card. Okay, and stuff in the sense that maybe we can celebrate that we avoided it. Okay, that's the only number 3 card I pulled. So I feel we won't go there. There is a war, but it's not the ultimate one that everybody has not wanted to see and go to. I feel we will avoid that because Spirit is really pushing hard to get this truce happening. Okay, and other forces, not just Spirit. Okay, also certain leaders and everybody's trying to make that. Just say, cry uncle, it's over. They're trying really hard, or trying really hard. But some people don't like to admit defeat, but he's pretty much defeated. He really is defeated at this moment. So either he could accelerate, and do, but he's gonna get defeated anyway. If he does. If he does try to do anything real crazy, he's going to get defeated anyway. And so overall, in the end, he can't win. He can't win. Just the way everything, looking, he can't win. He's not going to be able to accomplish what he wants. Except they got a good defense. Okay, Ukraine's done a pretty good job. They've also had, we've sent, weapons so they can defend. It's a freaking mess. I know. Don't you get tired? I just real quick, and I'm going to sign off, but. Don't you, as a human being on this planet, get tired of this? People always going to have to battle and war. We're just so exhausted. And sometimes I sit there, it's like, I know we're evolving. I know we are. But there are those that just can't seem to get on board. To know that this is not the solution to our problems. We got to start evolving, man. And I know we can't always force the hand of other people to evolve. But so just consciously be aware, for yourself that I hope you're working on your evolution process. Don't forget your prayers. Don't forget your manifestation. Don't forget all that. It's real important. Pray for the best. I do feel we have a good outcome overall in the end eventually. With this, I don't know how many months going in it's going to take for him to cry uncle, but eventually I feel he will have to. Okay, and he's not going to like it. He's not going to like it. And so just think of the mess he created. I could go on for 15 minutes. Let me just stop it here. I'm going to go and send you guys this read. I'm feeling a little bit, I can breathe a sigh of relief at the moment, though. Okay, relief at the moment. But with the caveat there, don't all get your hopes up, okay, and stuff. Sometimes we got to, sit there and still be like, what, no matter what, the world has a lot of problems. And what can you do? Contribute to the collective. One, I want you to vote. I'm really kind of thinking, and yes, I'm going to get to those midterm readings. I'm going to get to those pretty quick here because it's coming. It's coming up quick, so I got to get that going right and stuff. And there's some things, pivotal ones, which I know I probably can't read all, 50 states, but some critical ones. Obviously, Texas. I would like to look at that one. Florida, though, I'm kind of feeling Ron DeSantis has probably got that one. Okay. But it may not be, you never know, so I'm going to still look at it. But Texas is what I definitely want to look at. Certain kind of areas and things. But like I said, let me just go back to the beginning of my talk and everything. Just look around, watch a couple of YouTube, just pull up, some kind of, look and see what these pastors are saying in church. Okay? Don't think that it's only a few. Okay? And I know I could, as I say that, my Siri just went off. Okay? That spirit going, pay attention. Okay? It's kind of weird. Don't think it's only a little bit here, there. Oh, not everybody. Several things. It's growing more and more in a movement that's getting radical. Okay? And two, like I said, it only takes a small percentage to get in a position of power, okay, to be able to make that, the way of the land. Okay? It doesn't you don't have to have a 70% that want something like Christian nationalism. You don't. You only need to have, get a few in a position of power. Like I said, look at the Supreme Court. That's kind of a warning. It only takes a few, to really impact an entire mass millions of people here. About 380 million. Okay?
One moment.
So you've got to...
I don't know what you mean
vote.
by... PC, okay, and I know I could buy it as I see that. My
Oh, God.
Siri just went off. Okay,
All right.
don't think it's only
There
a
goes
little
Siri.
bit here, there, or not everybody, several things,